Welcome to episode 16 of the Delta Panthers Pod. I'm Mark Cantor, and winter sports competition started this past weekend with boys and girls basketball heading off to tournaments, wrestling battling in duels at CMU and Grand Junction, and swimming competing in Grand Junction as well. Delta Panthers boys basketball started the season strong at the Wolf Creek Classic in Pagosa Springs, which started on Thursday. I spoke with head coach Rob Ames before they left for Pagosa. So, Rob, it's the start of a brand new season. Last season ended in the first round of the playoffs, as it did the season before. Obviously, we're going to try to build on that. Let's talk a little bit about your off-season program. How'd that go?
We had a really good summer. We played the varsity group. We played in 3 camps. We spent the entire June on the road playing basketball every weekend. So we got about an extra 20, 25 games in June. So that was nice to build some team chemistry and also just kind of see where we are, start getting used to playing together because we lost some pieces from last year. So we want to just start to get some new pieces in place. So it was a really nice summer, a lot of positivity, a lot of improvement, and we're excited to go.
Obviously, one of those pieces, Tucker Johnson, which he'll be tough to replace. But who are you looking to kind of step into that role and other roles on the team?
Well, Eric Bear has had a really nice offseason. He's improved a bunch, and he was a very good rebounder for us last year with Tucker. So this year will be the determiner to see if Eric was a quality rebounder because of Tucker or in addition to Tucker. And my suspicion is going to be in addition to Tucker. He's a very good rebounder. He's going to be an offensive threat. So we're excited. We're excited about him. We're excited about everybody being a year older and with essentially the month of June being an extra season for us. We're excited to where we're headed.
One of those other bigs that you're, I'm sure, looking to step up is Tyler Yost.
Yep.
And he got significant playing time last year and looked really good, actually.
Yeah. Tyler Yost is come a long way from his freshman year, and we're proud of him and the story that he has to tell. I really think that he might be one of the best practice leaders I've ever coached. He's always up every day, always positive with everybody, always giving everything, and he sets the tempo every day in practice. So he's a kind of leader that we have every day, not just on game day, and that's what I'm most proud about, Tyler.
Who do you have that is kind of the leader on the floor when the boys are out on the court? Is that JP Gallegos? Okay,
that's JP. JP is our floor leader, and he's gonna he'll lead our offense in a lot of ways. I mean, the kid is so skilled. He spends so much time with the ball, and he's only a junior. It's just going to be fun to watch him play. He loves the game, and the game loves him back. So, I'm excited for JP also.
Talk about the dynamic of this team this year. It seems like it's a little different chemistry.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I would say that these guys have been together in different scenarios. And I remember 3 summers ago now, at camp, and this group was my JV group. And they would come to all the other groups and just scream and holler and have a good time. And they set the tempo for this togetherness and this team and this selflessness. And they've carried it through, and they've sort of reestablished that as a key part of who we are. And that's what it's so enjoyable to be around them. They don't care about themselves. They just care about the team and lifting everybody up, and that's fun.
And I feel like that's always kind of been a staple of your philosophy.
Sure.
Sometimes it comes through more than other times,
sure.
But I definitely think that's important for sure. Talk a little bit about the schedule, at least this first part before the holiday break. You're playing several tournaments starting this weekend.
Yeah, we leave tomorrow morning for Pagosa Springs. So we play Pagosa tomorrow night, and then we play Gunnison on Friday. We're excited to start playing somebody in a different color. And then next week we go over to Eaton, and we face 2 great opponents, TCA and Eaton. And then we'll come back for that last weekend before Christmas, and we go to Palisade and play some really good competition there. Cortez, we picked up. We played them a couple times last summer. They are our nemesis. We cannot get over the top of those guys. So we're hoping that this December is our magic time for Cortez. Cortez. So we feel like before Christmas, we're going to establish who we are and where we're headed, and we're going to get sharp. We're going to get sharpened every time we step on the floor. We're excited.
And these 3 tournaments, they're definitely, obviously, different parts of the state, and therefore different teams from around the state.
Yeah.
So a lot of great competition
It's
there.
great competition. A lot of, like you said, fresh faces. So we don't have a lot of familiarity, but it feels like we are playing teams that are above our pay grade, which is where we want to be. We want to be playing up till we have to fight for everything so we can constantly improve.
Sounds good. Good luck in the tournament this weekend.
Thanks, Marcus. Thanks for supporting us.
The boys opened the tournament strong with a 68-59 victory over host Pagosa Springs on Thursday, then followed that up with a dominant showing against Gunnison on Friday, beating the Cowboys 75-49 to win the tournament. The boys will take to the road again this coming week when they travel over the mountain and compete at Eaton's tournament. They face the Classical Academy at 5 p.m. on Friday and host Eaton at 10 a.m. on Saturday. The girls also started the season strong when they won the Peak to Peak tournament this past weekend. I spoke with head coach Kyle Crowder prior to the girls heading east. Kyle, you guys came just shy of making it back to the Elite Eight last year, and it wasn't really the way we wanted to end the season, but it is what it is, and you start at that point planning for the next year, and that started with stuff in the off season. Talk about your off season program and how that went.
It was a really good summer for us. It was a little bit difficult because we didn't have our gyms, we didn't have a weight room, so it was kind of making it up as we go. We had kids lifting weights in the football shed out there, and we had open gyms down at the middle school. Yeah, so it was a little bit difficult, but we had a lot of kids showing up. We had really good buy-in from the girls. And these 4 seniors that we've got, they're hungry. They want it. They want it really bad. So they put in the work that we needed, and we're going to see a big payoff definitely coming early in the season.
And you've got that core of seniors that you've kind of built things around this year. Who are some of the other players that you're looking to step up and kind of help them as peripheral players?
For sure our younger girls are going to have to be a big impact this year. Our 4 seniors will definitely carry the load of the scoring. They're going to be the majority of our defensive rebounds and things like that. But coming off the bench or starting there, we have 4 different girls: JC Christie, Ava Martinez, Jordan Reed, and Jaslyn Naranjo. All 4 of them are going to play tons of minutes. And it could be week to week on who's going to be my 5th starter. Right now, Jordan's a little bit ahead of everybody. She's just real cerebral about how she handles the game. She can shoot it from the outside. She's got good skills, and she's just getting more confidence. So she's going to do a lot of good things. We've got some kids, like Jaslyn. She has a pretty good experience from last year. She came in and contributed. She's smallest kid on the court, but she plays bigger than most of them that are out there. So she's done a lot of really good things for us, and we expect her to do the same. Ava Martinez, she just played JV last year, didn't get a lot of experience, but she's a big, strong girl, and she can do some stuff around the basket. So, she gives us a little bit of a different look. So every kid that comes in, definitely gives kind of a different aspect on how we can play it. And JC, she's doing good things. She played quite a few minutes for us last year. She's just kind of a natural scorer. She's kind of wily. She kind of figures out how to get in space, and she can make it from pretty much anywhere. So, every one of those girls that comes in is going to give us, at least one more kid that can score when we need him to. But like I said, I think the majority of our scoring is going to be carried by those 4 seniors, and those other girls, they just got to come in and contribute, and be big on defense and help facilitate the offense. I think good things are going to happen.
In years past, you have had a very small drop-off from the starters to the bench. Is that what you're expecting again this year, or do you think there's going to be a little bit more? Early,
there's going to be a little bit of a drop-off, We're going to have to try to keep those other girls in the game as often as we can. But, I would expect by mid-season, I would think that it doesn't matter which 5 we're going to have out there. I think that we're going to be able to contribute and do the things we want to do.
Talk about your schedule a little bit. I know you've got several tournaments here to start the season before the break, and you're kind of all over the state in those tournaments as well.
It was something that we knew that we were going to have to do. Teams are just always chasing RPI and trying to figure out bump that thing up so that you get yourself in as best position as you can at the end of the season. And playing the league schedule that we do, it's a little bit on the weak side. So we try to pick up as many of those games on the road and play as many good competitors as we can early, just to give us a little bit of leg up on that RPI.
Looking at the league a little bit, who do you think is going to be some of that better competition that we're going to face? Obviously, in years past, we've been the clear-cut best team in the league. Is that going to kind of be how it is again this year?
Definitely the thing that we have is, I think we're still the clear-cut favorites. Going on the road in this league, it's tough. We're traveling 2 or 3 hours sometimes on a Tuesday. So we're just going to have to be ready, and I'm not sure that there's another team that can really match us, ability, experience, all those kinds of things. But the thing that we show up and we play our game, it's not going to matter what the other team does. I expect there's going to be some closer games than we've had in maybe some of the past years, but I also think that we can go out there and we can dominate almost every game if we show up and do the things we're expected to do.
Talk about this first tournament. You guys are leaving to go on the road here for this one in the morning. Talk a little bit about that and the trip down.
This is going to be a learning. We're going to get on the road and we're going to go travel 5-6 hours down the road, stay in a hotel, hopefully be able to pick it right up and make some baskets. It's playing new teams in new places, and I think that's all going to help us, down the road, because that's kind of how we ended up last year, having to be on the road and playing, 7 hours away. So I think, there's a lot of good experiences that can come from this, and, seeing good competition early, tells you whether you're ready or not and kind of exposes the things you need to work on. So, we're going to treat it as an opportunity to get better, but then also an opportunity to analyze and really see what we need to improve so that we can get better down the way.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks, sir.
The girls beat St. Mary's 52-40, Eaton 42-28, and host Peak to Peak 60-31. They too will travel to Eaton, facing the Reds at 6:30 p.m. on Friday and Fossil Ridge at 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. Delta Panthers Wrestling opened their season on Saturday at the Colorado Mesa Duels in Grand Junction, picking up 5 duel wins, beating Eagle Valley, Moffat County, Coleridge, Grand Valley, and Rifle. Marceau, Chapla, Matthew Valdez, and Rip Lockhart were all undefeated on the day, with Rip Lockhart picking up his 100th career victory. Delta Panthers Swimming competed at a meet in Grand Junction yesterday. I don't have the results on it yet, but when I get them, I'll post them on the Delta Panthers Broadcast Network Facebook page. Delta Panthers Speech and Debate Team competed in the Palisade Winter Wonder Tournament this week and scored a first-place team victory. Boone Byers, Shelby Pride, Addie Collins, Jasmine Sines, Hayden Perella, and Alex Burris all placed first in their disciplines. No announcements this week from the high school. Keep in mind, you can always get updates and announcements and information on the Delta High Panthers Facebook page. That's going to put a bow on this episode of the Delta Panthers Pod. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you want to get in touch with me to suggest how I can expand my coverage of the Delta Panthers, feel free to contact me via email at dpbroadcast@yahoo.com. The Delta Panthers Pod drops every Sunday afternoon and is sponsored by Jerry Ryer State Farm, Delta Ace Hardware, Delta Building Center, Delta Cabinet Company, Delta County School District, Hellman Motor Company, Quickie Tire Service, Mimi's Sweet Treats, 9 Stories Real Estate Films and Photography, The Sunflower Room, Taco Time, and Yost Family Dentistry. I'll talk to you all next week.